Ooh, what's good, Commanders fans, and happy Wednesday, happy hump day. I just wanted to talk about a couple of updates. So they did release the jersey schedule here, so I'll go over that pretty quickly. Not much news going on today or coming out. Just wanted to touch base with you guys. I don't know what the practice schedule is going to be. I mean, I know they're going to practice tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, and then they have the game on Monday. But I don't think they're going to do any like play-by-play updates or anything like that. I'm not sure if the media is allowed to be there during practice at this point, since this is really like the tail end of training camp, because the preseason games have started and the regular season is less than a month away now. So we'll see what happens with that. But I did just want to talk about something. So shout out to my guy Rio. He did have Lenel on yesterday on his live. I'll put the link down below in the description. So this is what Lenel had to say about Terry and Jaden. He said that he said, quote, "I've heard that, and something he's caught wind of is that Terry and Jaden Daniels have been throwing in the bubble. So they've been doing that, which is a good sign to me. That's a good update to me, that the fact that they've been throwing together. Yesterday, seeing Terry talk with Adam Peters, that's things that we just don't normally see from other disgruntled players. Like Michael Parsons and Jerry Jones are not going to sit up and talk to each other and have a whole conversation. Whether it's 2 minutes, 30 minutes, they're just not going to do that, especially in public in front of cameras. He's not going to do that with Stephen Jones, with the Cowboys. But seeing Terry talk to Adam is a good sign, in my opinion. I think it's some type of progress, and they still may not get a deal done. They may still have him play under contract in their franchise tag. That's a possibility as well. That could get ugly, but hearing that Terry and Jade, it just shows me that Terry wants to play, man. He wants to be there. Some lip readers yesterday said that Terry said, "I just want to play ball," trying to lip read what he was saying to Adam Peters, and that I meant to call you, or I was gonna call you. That was another lip read thing that people think that Terry said to Adam Peters in his conversation yesterday that we saw for about 20 seconds. But hearing that Jaden and Terry, and this is what I said before, I was like, I just don't feel like, I know Terry wants his money, wants to get paid. He requested a trade. That's all a part of the negotiation tactic and all that. The ankle is a part of the negotiation tactic. I'm just wondering if he's out there running routes and catching the football, And I look at the PUP list rules. So the PUP list rules right now, of course, which is what he's on. You cannot. What are the things that he can't do? Where is it at? He cannot. So yeah, he can participate in team meetings and use team facilities, but cannot practice. Players on the reserve PUP list must sit out the first 4 games of the season and don't count against the 53-man roster. So if he starts the season out on PUP, he's going to have to sit out the first 4 games. But the rules are that, of course he can't practice, but he'll be sitting in the wide receiver meeting. So he was in that film session the other day when they talked about Chris Moore's drops and KJ Osborne's drops and just how bad the receiving core was for the most part, other than Ja'Cory Brooks and Big Play Tay. But yeah, so he can use the facilities and work out and stuff like that, but he can't practice. But I guess he can throw the ball with Jaden. He can do that in the bubble before they get out there, because Jaden gets there very early, so they're probably doing it like 5. Chick Hernandez said the same thing too. Chick Hernandez said the same thing on Beat Mitch and Finley. So Lenel's not the first person to say it. I know a lot of people are not the biggest fans of Lenel, but he is around the facility. He's there almost basically every practice, so he is catching wind and hearing things for sure, just being at the facility every day. And when you are a part of the radio, people do tell you things and different things like that. And Chick Hernandez is pretty darn plugged in as well. So multiple people are saying it now. I feel like it definitely is the truth. And it sounds like something they would do too. It sounds like something Jaden and Terry would do. They don't want to come into the season cold. We saw how that started. Even though we still won games, they were very, very cold. Their chemistry was not great to start the season off. That Buccaneers game, Jaden missed Terry. He was wide open. We lost that game. And then the Giants game, they just couldn't really connect or get on the same page. And the Bengals game on Monday Night Football is where they really, really finally got it going on national TV, and that was JD5's basically welcoming game, just putting the world on notice, putting the league on notice, that game. So, and Jamar Chase, he sat out, he held out, he had a slow start. So we've seen receivers have slow start. Even though Jamar had a heck of a season last year. And same thing with Terry. Terry had a heck of a season after the slow start. We have to jump out the gate and beat the Giants, man. You have to. That's a must. I'm not going to call, people hate when I say must-win games early in the season, but honestly, that's a tone setter for the season. That's a tone setter, NFC East game where you have to take care of business, where we are going to be the favorites in that game. So you don't want to have Terry out there slowing with a slow start. We're going to need him badly to win that game, really, really bad. So I think it's good news. Like I said, it is still possibly a rumor, but I think a guy who really, really, really doesn't want to be there would not be up at 6 a.m. or 5 a.m. throwing the football with the quarterback of the team that he doesn't want to be there. So that's just my 2 cents. That's just my thoughts on it. You guys let me know what you guys think in the comments. Is it a burger or a nothing burger? All right, so let's transition to the jersey schedule here. So the biggest thing that stands out to me, of course, is the Battle Blacks in Week 6. So we only wear the Blacks one time this year, and that is going to be against the Bears, of course. And it makes sense. I mean, we beat the Bears with the Hail Mary last year and the Blacks, so I do think it's a troll thing as well, which makes sense. And I really dislike Bears fans now after last year. Like before that, I didn't really think about Bears fans at all. But after the way that they talked about Jaden Daniels and saying we're coming for him and different podcasts and little videos that they made outside of the Bears stadium that I put in my video when we beat the Bears with the Hail Mary, telling Jaden Daniels to come outside and all this stuff like that. And he definitely came outside and he won that game with the broken rib. So I love that we're trolling the Bears fans, and they always like comparing him to Caleb, and they're just so mad because they drafted Caleb and they didn't draft Jaden Daniels, which I totally understand. So that's the one time we get the black uniforms. We do get the burgundy uniforms against the Green Bay Packers Week 2, Week 3 against the Raiders, Week 7 against the Cowboys, Week 10 against the Lions, and Week 16 against the Eagles. Our burgundy uniforms are typically our home uniforms. And then we wear the Monument White a bunch of times. Week 1 against the Giants at home. We're going to wear the Monument Whites. Week 4 on the road against the Falcons. We will be wearing the Monument Whites. Monday Night Football against the Chiefs. Week 8, Monument Whites. Chargers, Week 5 on the road, Monument Whites. In Spain against the Dolphins, Monument Whites. Vikings, Week 14 on the road, Monument Whites. Week 15 on the road against the Giants, Monument Whites. Week 18 against the Eagles on the road, Monument Whites. That's what we'll be wearing. In the Super Bowl era against the Seahawks should be wearing their throwback uniforms that I've seen and heard. And then the Broncos Week 13, Sunday Night Football. It has not been announced that they're going to be wearing their uniforms, their throwback uniforms. But it would be cool, though. Of course, we beat the Broncos in the Super Bowl. So that would be cool if they wore their throwback uniforms so we could both have our throwback uniforms, just kind of to repeat history. It would be cool for us, of course. And then on Christmas, we'll be wearing our throwback uniforms against Dallas on, Week 17. Is that Week 17? Let me make sure that's Week 17. That Christmas is Week 17. Yeah, it is. It is, yes. Week 17 is Christmas. That's when we'll be wearing our throwback uniforms against Dallas as well. So, yeah, I like it. I like it. We're wearing the whites a lot because we have a bunch of road games, of course. I think we have 9 compared. Oh, yeah, we do, because the Madrid game, I think that's the 9th road game, or like the extra game that would be a road game. I think we have 9 road games and then 8 home games this season. So that is that's our jersey schedule out there. So that's what really stands out to me, just the throwback uniforms and then a bunch of white uniforms and then the black uniform against the Bears. So, all right, guys, I hope you guys enjoy your day. I'll see you tomorrow if they do have any updates or anything happens, signings, release, anything like that, workouts, like we had 20 guys working out the other day. All right, you guys, as always, hello, Commanders. Peace.